Yo, what's going on, guys? SkystormerX here, and welcome back to another wonderful video on this channel. So, today I have my Monster Energy next to me. I got my keyboard. I suppose I do have access to my keyboard. And I'm ready to get some stuff done. I have a lot planned for this episode, so let's hope it goes good. Being completely honest, it's probably not gonna go good. So, that being said, let me go through all of the things that I've actually done since the last episode, and trust me, there's a lot. Speedrun mode. I made this beautiful entrance to a wonderful farm that I haven't actually used, so yeah, now I have a skeleton spawner just lying around for no reason. There's worse things to have lying around, right? So, since the last episode, I have become a fairly wealthy boy, and I didn't gain this wealth through normal means, no. That'd be too basic. I didn't get this wealth through hard work or even raw talent. I gained this wealth through other means. And those other means are an underrated gypsy cart that undercuts the prices of mending books on the server. So come by for me, it's in the resource world, check it out, yeah. Well, I'd say that was over-dramatized. Using said fat stacks, I did buy all of this armor. And now I have pretty much maxed out everything except for a shovel. My shovel sucks. Please don't shade my shovel. Also, using previously stated fat stacks, I bought myself enough iron to make a superpowered beacon. I then decorated said superpowered beacon with a lot of jungle wood that I just happened to have lying around, as well as some other blocks. I then decided to make said decoration around said superpowered beacon that I used said fat stacks to buy. Whew. I don't know about you, but I'm getting confused. Let's roll that back, and I'm gonna explain it a little bit better. So guys, I've drawn a detailed graph just so you guys know exactly what my plan is in my head. So as you can see right there, denoted by the beacon tree, that's going to be the beacon tree, and that's going to be the center of town, having roads coming from all directions around it. Right there, denoted by the giant clickbait red arrow, is my house right now in relation to the new center of town. Right there, denoted by that villager monstrosity, is the village next to my house. Up in the top left corner, denoted by the dancing skeleton, is my skeleton mob farm. It's a little bit isolated, but that skeleton do be having moves though. So now that you guys know exactly what's going on in my head, I think I need to share with you what I want to do this video. I want to finish this tree and make it look really nice. So why don't we get to that in time-lapse form. So I'll start it off by just placing in the trunk of the tree. It looks absolutely disgusting right now, but don't worry. It will be detailed later on. I just want to have the general shape down before I actually start the decorating part. I didn't want to make the tree too overwhelmingly tall, so I stopped at a reasonable height of about 15 blocks. I realized that I was going to need a lot of scaffolding for this project, and to get scaffolding, I needed a bamboo, so I went to go gather some. After a good amount of scaffold crafting, I built this temporary monstrosity. And now, back to the time-lapse. I then realized that I had never built an above-ground build of this size. And that's crazy, because this isn't even that big. And then also, I hadn't ever built a tree before at all. I have no experience. So this is gonna be interesting. As you can see, I then worked on a little bit of the details on it. I had to remind myself that I wasn't working on a corn silo, and trees generally aren't completely straight. They have a bit of imperfection to them. So I tried to emulate that here, but I don't think I did the best job. I then worked on a basic branch shape. It's not going to look too good, but that's just because it's going to be covered up by leaves anyway, so it doesn't matter if it looks bad. That's what I'm trying to say, but this is just going to give me a basis on how big I need to build the leaves and what type of circle I'm working with here. So I'll skip ahead just a little bit. I don't think you guys really need to know every little detail of what I'm doing, but I realized that I am too much of a simpleton to actually have used the scaffolding that I made. I don't understand the mechanics behind it. It's weird. When you try to place blocks, they place in front of blocks, and it's just, ugh. I'm too little brain for that, so I've been using dirt. I did a bit more detailing. I don't think it's necessary to show you guys all of that, but here's a before and after. This is before the detailing, and as you can see, it looks kind of blocky, kind of stupid. Overall, I am glad I fixed it. This is after. As you can see, it's still not the best, but I think after I add some vines to it, add the actual leaves in, I think it'll look a whole lot better. I hope so anyway. So at this point, I started chopping down trees. Not because I needed wood. I had plenty of wood. But honestly, I've just been freaking out over placing down these leaves. I don't actually know what shape I want to go for. And yeah, I'm still at a blank as of right now. I'm gonna probably sleep on it tonight and come back to you in the morning. This is about to hurt the bank account. Yeah, I'm gonna need a couple of these. So, right here, I broke my first server rule since being unbanned. You're not supposed to gather leaves from /warp lumber. I believe this is so that you can make sure you always have a sapling and staff doesn't have to come behind anyone to replant the trees. I just replanted the trees like normal. Literally nothing got hurt, so staff don't ban me. Be pretty swag money if you didn't. Thanks. I really just got hit with the dabba-dee-dabba-dory. Your leaves are no longer in your inventory. Yeah, staff took all of my leaves just because I shouldn't have been mining there. I understand that. But the broadcast was a little bit excessive, in my opinion. Also, they really caught a crime lord, replanting the trees and everything. Gosh darn it, I'm the worst kind of person. So, after my pointless saltiness subsided, I went back to working on a tree, and yeah, it turned out a lot better than I expected. I was expecting it to not look the best, but you know, after some work, I think this will end up not looking horrible. And not looking horrible, almost always a good thing. Unless you're a carnival ride zombie. So I kept doing more of the same thing, placing leaves, breaking leaves, replacing leaves, until I eventually got this bowl shape right here. This is eventually going to be the bottom of what my tree leaves are going to look like, but as of right now, it isn't so finished. It still looks a little bit square, but I still thought it was a notable checkpoint in what I've been doing. So right about here, as I started closing in the top of the tree leaves, it's where I realized that I kinda like how this has ended up. It's turning out really nice as of right now, and it's gonna need some fine detailing, of course, just as any build does once you finish with it, but honestly, I'm happy with how this turned out. So I finished the leaf shape and detailed it from the outside, all of that, but then I realized that it looks stupid on the inside because you're just getting too much sunlight in. So I decided to double layer all of the leaves just to kind of cut down on that sunlight. I think it was a good change, and I don't know what I'm going to actually do with the inside of this tree. It's just a lot of room that I have for no reason, but that'll be figured out later. But for now, here's the final product. I absolutely love it. It is wonderful. Keep in mind, I hadn't actually built anything above ground before here, so I'm happy. I really do think I did a good job, and that's not very often that I say that about my builds. But as you go up here and I fail on the ladder, I'm kind of commentating on my own footage here. I even got a shader pack, by the way, just to show off its ambience or whatever you want to call it. Here's the inside. I think this is honestly the best spot in the entire build. And I'm thinking about making it a shop eventually, but I'm not positive on that. Honestly, leave your suggestions on what I should do with this space in the comments below. So yeah, I think that's all that I need to say in this video. As you can see by the length and the stuff that I've done in this, I put a lot of work into it. I hope you guys can share this video with one of your friends or something. Oh, wait. We're Minecraft players. I forgot. We don't have friends. Your grandma. Yeah, share this video with your grandma. I gotta rush off to work now. I'm a little bit late, but hopefully I won't get hit on by any old ladies. That always happens. Anyway, later, alligators.